Hey guys, we're back, and we're going to be having the Wombo combo Ret Hunter Shaman going up against the Soapy squad of Soapy, Mayor, and Oak, playing that DK Rogue Mistweaver. Um, so it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup here. Wu-Tang is going to have to be on top of his A game with his sacks and his bops and his own defensive cooldown management because DK Rogue can easily swap to a Ret Paladin, catch him off guard, 100 him with that notorious red killing spree. Um, Again, we were talking about in the pre-game analysis, Oak being a possible target. I can't imagine him being tunneled. Mistweaver Monk for Red Hunter Shaman, I think it's more of a swap thing. If he bubbles Soapy or bubbles Mayor with that Life Cocoon, you can swap the Oak if he's in a vulnerable spot. Hope he doesn't have a good portal set up, but if he's on top of his game, I think he will. And again, just gonna be watching Wu-Tang at the start here, see what he does to stop the incoming sap. Glink's throwing that flare out, of course, early on to try and stop the CC. He does have the camo glyph, so he's not going to be seen by the enemy team. Healing Rain being thrown down preemptively here, just trying to stack up whatever he can with that Sacred Shield 2 out from Wu-Tang. They're really expecting this opener on Peter, but they could open on Wu-Tang. The full kidney already from stealth. He pops the wall immediately. The in cap on the Glink's triple CC right now. Can they follow it up with anything onto Peter? It doesn't look like it for now. The 68 coming out. Wu-Tang taking quite a bit of damage, about half HP. Going to bop him out of that. Capacitor Totem thrown down, but Mayor Cloak of Shadows, it's Soapy gets hit by. He's going to have to Icebound Fortitude out of that, but at the same time, he's taking a lot of damage, so that was a well-timed Icebound with the AMS aggressively. Wu-Tang still taking a lot of damage, trying to turn it around with that Avenging Wrath and Hodge onto Oak, but he's just not able to do it. The Life Cocoon coming out from Oak in the last seconds of that Hodge, the Dark Sim coming out. I'm not sure what he's going to steal with that just yet. Again, now Wu-Tang, his wings are fading. His pressure is going to start falling off. Again, they are making that swap, I believe, trying to get any damage out right now, but the killing spree onto Wu-Tang, he might possibly have to bubble here. Peter in the leg sweep, Wu-Tang 80k HP, just going to acknowledge the cooldown, use that bubble. No more CC onto Peter, he should be able to top him off. Oh, the half 68 coming out. He's just having a hard time picking him up in that bubble for now. The half DR incapacitated as well. Wu-Tang now running out of cooldowns, throwing that Hodge out, but now he's put into the half kidney. Peter, no CC onto him. He's just free casting with those Unleash heals. The Riptide comes out. He's going to be able to heal him for now. Soapy taking quite a bit of damage, though, now with the Wyvern Sting onto Oak. 130,000 HP, popping the Lichborn, trying to get whatever healing he can. The half trap coming out. He might just go down here. Soapy dipping to about 60,000 HP. 50, 19. The Hammer of Wrath finishing the job there from Wu-Tang. Well played from the Ret Hunter Shaman, just keeping Peter out of as much CC as they could. Nice cooldown management, able to secure the kill with a nice CC chain onto Oak at the end.
Yeah, and right there at the end, I mean, Oak even trinketed. I feel like maybe he could have trinketed that Weaver Sting more than the half trap that followed up after that. And maybe he lived right there, but Glink's purged off every single enveloping mist right there at the end with Soapy. Really just neutered the healing at that point, made it so he couldn't do anything. And Oak had no more cooldowns left to give to Soapy at that point. Just finishing off the match right there in style, really.
Yeah, and Wu-Tang, look at his damage, man.
Yeah, the damage, without a doubt.
I have to say, I'm a bit surprised after that opener. It looked like Soapy Squad really had an early advantage, forcing Bubble, getting through the wings relatively unscathed, the Monk Bubble coming out, but I just didn't see Soapy Squad getting turned around so quickly back on, especially with Ret Pally not having wings up there, but tremendous job with the purges, tremendous job keeping consistent CC there onto Oak, and that is a 1-0 lead for Wombo combo.
Yeah, and that was craziness right there right at the end. I was kind of like, well, I think they're going to just win, but looks like we do get another Grand Arena pop right now, so that randomness is going to be pretty crazy right there.
Yep,
so we're getting back in the second match.
First round going to the Red Hunter Shaman, really well played defensively, keeping most of their team mobile even through the incapacitates, leg suit, kidney shots. It's very short CC, but at the same time, there's a lot of burst from a Frosty K and a combat rogue, so you can kill somebody in that CC. But really well played early on too, getting the healing rain down. So we're to see if Mayor and Soapy can find some way through that defensive shield at the beginning of the game. Glink's actually playing BM. It's really good for purging off the enveloping mists of Oak. Of course, Red Hunter Shaman has a lot more CC, so if Oak gets purged on the enveloping mist, he loses basically all of his major healing, so he can fall really far behind, as we saw with Soapy. Again, Wu-Tang running that Sacred Shield, keeping it on to Peter, the rest of Shaman there. He's already got her shield on himself. He kind of expects that. But I believe the DK Rogue did make the right decision opening on to Wu-Tang instead, just based on who Urshield is on, who Sacred Shield is on. But again, we have to see who they choose to go on, coming out of the gate pretty quickly on their Ogre mounts, just stampeding across the center of the arena. The healing rain again, once down defensively with the flare. Mayer probably going to open up here. Sap onto Peter. Once again, Wu-Tang is the target. Nice knockback on the opener on the kidney. He's going to just use that shield wall really early, but he's dying through that with the asphyxiate onto Peter. Dipping to about half HP. He's going to bot Peter out of the asphyxiate, but now the blind is going to be vulnerable. The Wyvern Sting trying to come out, but he gets cheap shot on it. Wu-Tang taking a lot of damage. Avenging Wrath coming out, trying to turn anything around here. He's going to heal himself with those wings. The end, Aura Mastery heals coming out. He's going to trinket that blind immediately. Peter does, spamming those Aura Mastery heals on Wu-Tang, but he's just not able to pick him up for now. At the same time, Soapy within the life cocoon dipping to about 90,000 HP. He's going to get topped off pretty quickly because Oak used his trinket there. Now he's rolling around. The smoke bomb coming out to Wu-Tang. He's going to answer that with his own bubble. The incapacitate into leg sweep combo onto Peter, though. He's just not able to heal right now. Wu-Tang's still incredibly low after that bubble, 118k HP. The killing spree coming out. Wu-Tang could go down right here. Boom. Red buff killing spree. No bubble available. Peter and CC. Soapy, Mayer, and Oak going to take it. We have a series here now, 1-1.
And that's what we're really looking for there, where they got pretty much every single CD without the red buff killing spree, and then just dropped all the damage possible into Wu-Tang right there, ending it almost instantly. And one thing to really kind of note there in that game was that the biggest difference was that Wu-Tang did almost no damage compared to what he did last match. Last match, almost 300,000 damage higher than the rest of the other team. And this time, sitting right there with the Soapy, and that's a huge difference compared to the last one. So I really do feel like that was the difference there. What made them lose is really just that, in my opinion.
Yeah.